Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the German Open from the Energy Sports Hall in Mülheim. And next up, it's a men's singles between Kenta NISHIMOTO of Japan and CHOU Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei. Here's how the men's singles draw has panned out. We'll see that second semi-final at the bottom, by the way, as our last match today. But Nishimoto against CHOU is our feature match here. CHOU Tien Chen has been seeded 4 for this tournament. Nishimoto unseeded, but quietly fancied nonetheless. The players on their way. CHOU Tien Chen is the defending champion here. Officials on court. We still have not had a single serve that's been faulted for being above 1.15 meters. This is the new experimental service law, so that's a good sign. Just met the once, that was 3 years ago, so probably can't deduce too much from that.
Zum Meeting Point Zweier Alfian und Mohamed Karadianko sowie ebenfalls ja von Mohamed Aslan und Händler Sietawan. Please come to the meeting point.
Nishimoto, 23 years old now, he's ranked at 20, that is his best. He lost to Victor Axelsen in the final of the Malaysia Masters back in January. It was a close game too, he lost 21-18 in the third game of that match. He first came to prominence when he got to the final of the Russia Open when he was just 18. Lost to Vladimir Ivanov in that match. Bit of a scare. I guess you could call it a scare in the first round, but he knocked out the #1 seed. And fairly comfortable since then. Hard match to call this. CHOU Tien Chen, first home player to win the Chinese Taipei Open for 17 years when he took the title back in 2016, and he defended it last year. He's ranked 8. He was up at #4 last August. And his victory over Kenta Momota yesterday was hard fought. Prior to that, pretty straightforward, as you can see there. Kaiuta of Finland is your umpire, and Jörg Huppertz of Germany is the service judge.
From Chinese Taipei, the defending champion, CHOU Tien Chen.
German Open, first held way back in 1955. It's been staged at a whole host of venues: Bonn, Berlin, Frankfurt, Hamburg. Mülheim has staged every event since 2005.
Jetzt erstmal viel Spaß beim Herren-Halbfinale auf dem Center.
Well, he created a really good chance for himself, Nishimoto. Surprising miss that early in the match, but mid-court. Rare lapse of concentration on the serve. Well, very early stages, but Nishimoto has clearly come to be the aggressor in this match.
3, 2.
It's wide. It's amazing to think Chou won his first title in 2014. That was at the French Open. He's lost in 3 Super Series finals since, including at the Indian Open earlier this year. Third event on tour, I think that was. Set that up with a really cunning drop shot. Nishimoto couldn't do much with it. Straightforward put away. Ditto. Energy-sapping rally and a really powerfully struck overhead from Nishimoto.
Viertel nach 6 am heutigen Tage bedeutet in knapp einer Viertelstunde gibt es dann die Autogrammstunde mit den Schwestern, den Sisters, die ja rausgefunden sind. So, kann sich nicht mehr sparen, aber es haben wir nachgefragt. Ganz kurz die Fußballergebnisse des Tages. Hoffenheim Dortmund 3-0, Hertha Freiburg 0-0, Hannover Augsburg 1-3 und Bayern gegen gegen den HSV 0:6. Nee, 6:0. Schade.
Well, only on court for 4 minutes. Already we've played 12 points. As looked likely at the start, hard to separate these two.
Eines der längsten Matches in dieser Woche mit fast 1 Stunde und 20 findet am Ende dann also die siegreiche Kombination, die sich damit qualifiziert hat für das Finale am heutigen Sonntag.
Well, it's great agility initially from Nishimoto, but really help him.
Ein großes Dankeschön. Tolles Match. Thanks a lot. We're glad to see you today. Thank you. Auf den Zweier gleich dann schon das letzte Match des Tages, aber das Ganze hat seine Gründe. Wir werden auf dem Center Court insgesamt 6 Matches heute erleben, also dort noch 3 inklusive der jetzt gerade begonnenen Partie und auf dem Zweier noch einen. Der eine ist ja der sogenannte TV-Court, wo heute dann die Spiele ja in die Welt übertragen wird. Dort also noch ein bisschen länger Programm. Und ich finde, wo wir die Kleinen gerade hier schon wieder mal auf dem Zweier in Action erleben, wir dürfen wirklich nicht vergessen, das sind alles kleine und große Stars dieses Events. Und wenn wir denen jetzt mal ein bisschen Aufmerksamkeit schenken, ich glaube, dann strahlen die auch. Das ist für euch die Woche. Vielen Dank, dass ihr dabei seid.
Wonderful agility again, allied to magnificent technique.
On court number 2, semi-final men's double. Umpire Dejan Juris from Slovenia, service judge Darko Ivan Vidakovic,
Got the better
Croatia.
him again at the net, the Japanese.
And please welcome our semi-finalists in men's double. From Indonesia, Faya Alfian and Muhammad Rian Armianto, and also Indonesia, Muhammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan.
Over. 8, 9.
Well, looked like he did the hard bit. It's a magnificent block at full stretch on the dive, and then missed what looked to be a more straightforward shot. That was superb. Just rather snatched at it.
Ja, meine Damen und Herren, auf Spielfeld Nummer 2. Wer glaubt, dass das jetzt hier ein langweiliges Match wird, weil es heißt Indonesien gegen Indonesien, der hat sich schon mal ganz vertan. Denn Herrendoppel Indonesien, das ist die große Tür. Und hier haben wir eine ganz besondere Begegnung. 22 Jahre jung, Kaya Asian und Mohammad Adrian. Die beiden sind in der Weltrangliste.
Yeah, set that up beautifully. And his opponent committed on the other side of the court. Tremendous height as well.
Die beiden spielen schon seit vielen Jahren zusammen und haben hier das große Ziel, das Finale eines Super Series-Turniers zu
Deceptively
erreichen.
tall as well, he's 6 foot. Chow. That's a gimme. So he'll go to the chair with a 2-point advantage.
Das sind die Altmeister, das ist Mohammad Hassan, er ist 30 Jahre alt und an seiner Seite. Das ist der Großmeister aus Indonesien, der Herrendoppel, Hendra Setiawan. Wer ihn nicht kennt, der hat wirklich was verpasst. 33 Jahre ist er heute, 2008 gewann er Olympia im Herrendoppel in Peking. Dreimal Weltmeister in dieser Disziplin. Herrendoppel gegen diesen Namen Hendra Setiawan. Und das ist das Chantal, was wir heute hier auf Platz Nummer 2 bekommen. Begrüßen wir hier Mohammad Hassan und Hendra Setiawan.
Went long.
12, 9. Oh.
Well, at times, Chow must wonder what he has to do to win a point when he's got his opponent diving all over the place like an international goalkeeper.
10, 12.
Back within 2 then,
Ladies and
Nishimoto.
gentlemen, on my right, Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Adrianto, Indonesia. And on my left, Muhammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan, Indonesia. Muhammad Ahsan to serve to Muhammad Rian Adrianto. Love all.
13,
Play.
10.
Forward. 1, love.
14, 10.
Forward. 1, all.
Out. 15, 10.
That's really well placed by Chow. And all of a sudden, he's established a healthy-looking lead in this opening game. It was long, I think.
17, 10.
Forward. 2, all.
Well, it was on the line. Didn't even consider a challenge, I don't think, Nishimoto.
Full. Service for stop. 2, 5. Service over.
First one of the day, certainly on the TV court. No complaints from Chow.
18.
Yeah, superb. He's really got better as this game has gone on, the defending champion. Just a couple of points away now from taking down this opening game. Just need a little bit of a towel down and some mopping of the court. Well, too much power again from CHOU Tien Chen, and now he has 9 game points. Just needed the one, and in double quick time, 16 minutes, 21-11 to the defending champ, and plenty for Nishimoto to think about.
For 120 seconds, for 120 seconds. Second game. 1-0. Right. So!
Be interesting if Nishimoto decides to change his tactics in any way in this second game, because he was outthought really, as well as outplayed in that first game. That's a really well struck smash though. Slightly surprised CHOU, I think. Well, he certainly made a storming start, Kenta Nishimoto. Eventually he won the... Sorry, got to the final of the Russia Open at age 18. French Open runner-up last year. Good lead. It was energy sapping watching that because Chou was playing with his opponent really, even though he ended up losing the point. Sending him back, dragging him forward. No wonder Nishimoto wants to change that shuttle. Let's get himself a bit of a breather. He's got a 4-1 lead. Well, that's the first time we've seen Chou produce one of those kind of semi-diving blocks. It's a good one. That was a bit wild from Nishimoto. Well, there's room for subtlety in this sport as well as power. It was a delight to watch that from Chou.
5-4.
Well, again, he won the point, but once again, Chou was moving Nishimoto all over the court. And even though they've only been playing for 22 minutes, he's already breathing quite hard, the Japanese. Yeah, nicely done. Spotted his opponent was on his heels at the back of the court. Hasn't made too many of those kind of errors so far, Chou.
7-5. 6, 7.
So close at the start of this second game, as it was in the first game, and then CHOU just went away from his opponent. That's the second one. As mentioned, the service judges do have their special piece of apparatus, the black line. There it is. So I think really too much room for disagreement. This is our 4th TV match, and we've only had 2 service faults called so far. And he worked really hard to win that point, CHOU. Ah, well played. Looked like CHOU was expecting his opponent to go down the line there, rather than cross court. It's called out, and it's a task for Hawkeye. First impression was it was quite close. Having said that, Nishimoto doesn't seem too concerned. Let's have a look on Hawkeye. Called out. Just. No need for that line judge to visit the opticians in the morning. Got a 3-point cushion here for Nishimoto as he tries to take this into a deciding game. And he's got a 4-point lead as they go to the interval. So can Nishimoto keep this stranglehold he appears to have at this stage on the second game? Great get again. Look at Nishimoto's out on his feet. Well, the effort hugely appreciated by the fans inside the Energy Sports Hall here. Well, he throws himself at everything. Had to admit defeat that time. Mock surrender. 38 shots, the longest rally of the match, which tells you a lot about the way that this contest has been played up to this point. Get tired sometimes just watching it. That's why we haven't had 50, 60 shot rallies. And after a while, all that running starts to get to you. Yeah, that one was right out the middle of the racket. Nishimoto unable to control the block. Really is energy sapping viewing, isn't it? I wonder they've gone for the towels. Well, no call of out, and immediately CHOU is challenging it. And he was pretty close to that as well. So this might be an interesting one for Hawkeye to try and sort out. Called in. Just clipped a piece of a line, just. Must eat carrots or something, these line judges in Germany. Fantastic eyesight. Spot that. Yeah, I think there's a bit of confusion out there. Nishimoto's completely right. There was no call, and then Hawkeye. It was unsuccessful, yeah. See what happens when the computer says no. So they'll need to adjust the score. I don't believe it's 12-11. I think it should be 13-10, but I can't remember if they actually... Yeah, that's correct now. That's right. So finally we've got there. Well, he might be breathing heavily, but Nishimoto was winning the lion's share of the points at the moment. Looking good to take us into a deciding game. Well, he's challenging the call, and I think he might have a squeak here. That might have clipped the back of the line. Umpire being kept busy. Hawkeye being kept busy. It did. It did by the narrowest of margins. So this one was successful. Well, he needed something just to stop the rot. Chou. And he's still 4 points down. At this stage in the first game, he really started to take charge. Can he produce a fight back? Yeah, well done. Almost like a mental battle that. Saw the whites of his eyes. And it was a really cunning drop shot initially, which Chou did brilliantly to rescue. And then Nishimoto, maybe trying to be a little bit too elaborate, lost the point. That is a really surprising miss. Heard the oohs and ahs around the auditorium.
17-13.
Normally buries those. Well, the levels of fitness of these two are off the scale. Another magnificent rally, which swung one way and then the other. Another surprising error from the defending champion.
18-14.
Missed it.
19-14.
Thought briefly about a challenge. I'm not sure if he's got any challenges left, actually. Well, what an inspired fight back this has been from Nishimoto. And we're almost certain to go to a third game. You can't blame either player for looking a little weary.
20, game point 14.
So 6 game points to level up the match. Wild one at the end from Chou. So it is level. 21 points to 14 in Nishimoto's favour, and deservedly he's on level terms. We go to a decider.
For 120 seconds. For 120 seconds. Final game. 1-all. Right.
Team hat sich durchgesetzt, 22 Jahre jung und nun steht sie im Finale. Großer Erfolg und dementsprechend nochmal herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Who's got the stronger character then? Who's got the mental toughness and the physical endurance? Because it has been a punishing match physically.
So, jetzt können wir uns komplett auf den Center-Court konzentrieren. Dort noch 3 Matches am heutigen Tage. Also, wir gehen gemeinsam in den langen Samstagabend. Die Historie war spannend, aber das ist schon.
I think we might see some shorter rallies in this deciding game. Both players would be in favour of that. Drifts long. Well, you can see exactly what he was trying to do. Couldn't pull it off. Well, that's a major misjudgment. And that was in by half a metre, I would say. Maybe slight exaggeration, but clearly an error of judgment from CHOU. 4-3. That one was very convincingly struck. I think he's okay. There's an element of fatigue in there. Just watching CHOU rather gingerly walk away. Slipped, clearly. Really has become survival of the fittest here. Both blowing. Telegraphed that Nishimoto, and CHOU didn't need a second invitation. Oh yeah. Got a second win by the look of it here. CHOU. Now there's a bit of a slump in the shoulders, Nishimoto. Might help the cause a little. Well, he meant that as well. And he'll go to the chair with a 5-point lead in this deciding game. Oh, well, where did he find that from? Missed that one, though. I don't think it's any great shock that both players suddenly becoming very aggressive. Such a physically draining match. Shook the net, but shuttle was only halfway up it.
9-11.
Threatening a little comeback here, Nishimoto. 10-5 down. Well, he's going to challenge that, but I think that's inside the line. I really don't see any hope here. Maybe it's just to get a breather, but it seemed fairly clear it was either on the line or inside it. Let's see what Hawkeye makes of it. I think he knew that all along, to be honest. Well, amazing energy even to get it back over the net, albeit it was wide of the sideline. Crowd just marvelling at the fitness levels of both of these players. That was an incredible get. Nearly got that one back as well. Both players have been sprawling all over the court. Needs to reassert his authority. That was a pretty convincing way of doing it.
Liebe Zuschauer, wir rufen aus Michelle Lee von Canada and the team manager from Hong Kong, Japan and Thailand. Please contact the meeting call. The team manager from Hong Kong, Japan and Thailand to the info point, and also Michelle Lee from Canada. Thanks a lot.
Well, no one could ever accuse Kenta NISHIMOTO of lacking effort. Down he goes again, but he couldn't get it back. Longest rally of the match. I wouldn't expect it at this stage. Such a punishing game of badminton. 41 shots it was. Spooning down some of his own medicine there. That's long as well. Well, he's challenging it. I think Chou's surprised because he knows this is long. But I guess nothing to lose when we get towards the end of a match like this. Be very, very surprised if this is successful. As he'd run out of energy and ideas. On the line, or called on the line, and Chou is challenging it. This is very close. Hawkeye's being kept very busy by these two. I wouldn't like to guess on this one, it's tight, I reckon. No problem.
One challenge remaining. 12, 18.
He's won most of those net battles, especially in this third game, Chou. I won't look back on that with any great satisfaction. Excellent play again from Chou, and it gives him 7 match points. Got it. Well, it was a terrific match to watch. Both players contributed an awful lot to it. But in the end, the defending champion, CHOU Tien Chen, will get the chance to make it 2 in a row in Mülheim tomorrow afternoon. And it should be a fascinating final when he takes on Chen Yufei. I beg your pardon. Start that again. He will take on the winner of the second semi, which hasn't happened yet. Shi Yuki against Wing Ko Long, which will be our 6th match. We've got a men's doubles to come before that. This is the final point. We'll need a full day of recovery because that really was tough going. 68 minutes of honest endeavour from both players. That's what it means to him. 21-11, 14-21, 21-13.